study equality in the Indian democracy and the struggles for it. Let's start. So the importance of equality. I've told you what is the importance of equality. Like equality is really important in the society, है ना? Okay. So let's come to the second topic: causes of inequality and discrimination. So what really causes this inequality and what causes this discrimination? The differences in economy, differences in education, differences in power. You see, difference in economy and difference in education. These are the main traits. These are the main causes of inequality. Okay, all right. So let's start. So what is the first cause? The first cause is you see caste distinctions. बरसों से चली आई हुई प्रथा, caste में ऊंचा हूँ तुम नीचे हो. So this caste thing is really bad, and now after this 75 years, this caste thing has not eradicated fully 100%. Like still almost I would say like 40% of the entire state, I mean the entire India, 40% of entire India is still affected by this casteism, and that is the main cause behind inequality. Let's see what's the second cause. The second cause is religious differences. So मैं हिंदू हो, तुम मुस्लिम हो, तुम सिख हो, तुम ईसाई हो. So these things ultimately give rise to political agendas, and I've seen that they like the Janmashtami, on the day of the Janmashtami. So those guys were goons. Goons is equal to gunda. So they came here not. I mean, let me not divert from the topic. The thing is religious indifferences. So it's like according to them, our school promotes Christianity, but our school doesn't promote Christianity. Our school promotes education. 24 carats of good education and quality education, right? So no matter like India is a very vast country, and in a vast country like ours, like if we do not like India is a country of diversity, and diversity means differences, means colorful, and as been said by late Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji, like India is not India if it's not secular. So if it's not diverse, then India is not India. मतलब कोई मतलब नहीं बनता. And this makes our country great. Like the differences in religion, differences in caste, differences in language. Yeah. So all this together unites and makes India a superpower. India is not a superpower yet, but India will become. If you guys, since you are the next generation, if you think rationally and develop a conscience, only then India will become a superpower. Let's move to the third point, racial differences. So you see, racial differences, let's read it, what we have in the book. For a long time, there was a racial difference between the whites and the blacks in the United States. In the recent past, there was a racial discrimination in South Africa as well. One thing is common in all the differences based on the caste, religion, or race. They breed contempt and inequality. So you see, racial differences means like I'm black, you're white, somebody is brown. So this skin color and the complexion, these define the races. And this very thing happened happened in the United States and Africa. Like what happened was the Africans were black, and you see the United States, they don't have any like if you see United States, like a part of it is filled by the Indians, one part is filled by the Americans, some other part is filled by the Chinese, some other part is filled by the Asians. So America is a state or country which is filled by people of all around the world. So they do not have any primary native, what I'm trying to say. So this thing very happened in the United States, that they used to make the Africans slave. You know what slave means? Slave means servant, and not just ordinary servant. ये लोग नौकर से भी बदतर बर्ताव करते थे लोगों के साथ. They literally used to behave like pet dogs with these slaves, so-called slaves of the Africans. And कौन करते थे? US वाले, अमेरिका वाले. So that is another cause for inequality. So you might be asking, what is the meaning of contempt? So Contempt, the feeling that a person or other things is worthless. So contempt here means the breed contempt and inequality. Contempt here means to feel useless, like you are of no use. Like by contempt I mean you have like nobody is valuing you. You have no value at all. Understood? So the breed contempt and inequality. Let's move to the fourth point, gender disparity. Disparity means nothing but difference. Okay? So what is the gender disparity means? The males were given more priority, the females were given less priority. So you see, it is said that women in India on an average are paid less than 40% of what men are paid, both economically and health-wise. Women in many countries of the world are discriminated against. Infant mortality is higher among the girls than among boys. All such differences based on sex or gender give rise to inequality. So मुद्दा ये है कि even today in India, like if a man is paid 100 rupees for his daily wage labor, the woman is paid only 40 rupees for the same amount of work that is done by her. So this is really not good. The government should look into it. The government doesn't look at it. Anyway, and not just economically, not just paisa. It is also health-wise. The health issue. Women face much more health issues, right from pregnancy, to all other diseases that can be that can affect a woman. Women are degraded, and you see, only 40% only 40% of the women are taken care of health-wise, and the rest of the 60% are still degraded in the entire India even today. And yes, last but not the least, infanticide, mortality. Whenever a child is born, if it's a female, then it is been killed even today. Let's come to the fifth point. Not only this, depriving a major part of the population of political rights and not allowing them the right to vote also leads to inequality, particularly political inequality. Even in England, which is called the mother of modern democracy, all the adults were not given the right to vote till 1928. In India too, before the independence of the country in 1947, majority of the people were denied the right to vote. Only the big zamindars landlords and the rich people enjoyed this right. Naturally, all this injustice led to inequality. So you see, political disparity. What happens is whenever a girl gets married, and or whether she's married or not, doesn't matter. What matters is she is not given the right to vote. Apart from forget her constitutional rights, her family itself doesn't allow her to vote. And even if her family allows her, there are a lot of discrepancies made by the government officials to put her name on the voter list. So you see, this way, more than 50% of the women, or more than 30 or 40% of the women are not allowed, or you can say they don't get a chance to vote. Understand? So this is one more inequality. England is known as mother of all democracy. This democracy thing was born in England, and that is why England is known as the mother of all democracy. So till 1928, this was a major problem also in England. Women in England out there till 1928 were not allowed to vote easily. But today I'm sure the problem is solved. And even after what happened to India after 1947, after the national era franchisee, only we were able to vote properly. Let's see what's next in the chapter. Steps taken to remove all these inequalities. So what are the steps taken to remove all the inequalities? Some steps are needed to be taken, right? Not just by the government, but also by us citizens, right? सारे सरकार तो नहीं करेंगे ना, ठीक है? So what is the first step? Let me just give you a read. Various steps were taken soon after the independence of the country in 1947 to eradicate the inequalities, to establish a social justice, religious, economic and political order under the following three heads. Eradicate means mita dena, to erase. Eradicate means to erase. So see, the first point out here is constitutional provisions. Provisions means pratha. something which is been prevalent, some rules or some set of norms that has been prevalent from quite a long time from the past. So that thing is called provision. जो बरसों से चली आ रही प्रथा. Pratha is equals to provision, fine. So the constitution provisions is the first thing. The second thing is the steps taken by the government. Thirdly, struggles for the equality. So let's study what the constitution has done. So constitutional provisions for the establishing equality. First thing is Article 14, equality before law. State shall not deny to any person equality before the law or the equal protection of the law within the territory of India. So you see, each and every individual, each and every citizen is being promised that they will get protection from the law and order of the government. This is the thing. अगर तुम इंडिया के नागरिक हो तो तुमको प्रोटेक्शन देना ही पड़ेगा, maybe from the army or from the police or whatever. That's the thing. What is the second thing? Article 15, prohibition of discrimination on the grounds of religion, race, caste, sex or place of birth. So you see, no matter whatever your religion is, whatever your race is, whatever your caste is, whatever your gender is, or which place you are born, you will be you will not be discriminated based on all these things. तुम्हारा religion कुछ भी हो, you will enjoy the equal rights. तुम्हारा race कुछ भी हो, you will enjoy equal rights. तुम्हारा caste कुछ भी हो, you will enjoy equal rights. तुम्हारा gender कुछ भी हो, you will enjoy equal rights. And no matter whether you are born in Kashmir or Kanyakumari, Rajasthan, or in the Seven Sisters, you are ought to avail equal rights from the nation. So let's dig deep into the chapter. The state shall not discriminate against any citizen on the grounds of any religion, race, caste, sex, place of birth, or any of them. No citizen shall on grounds only of religion, race, caste, sex, place of birth, or any of them be subject to any disability, liability, restriction, or condition with regard to the same thing which I have explained just now. Access to shops, public restaurants, hotels, and places of public entertainment, or like if you are a citizen of India, तुम्हें कोई ऐसा नहीं कह सकता that you cannot enter the cinema hall, you cannot enter this restaurant, you cannot enter this or that place. You can go anywhere and everywhere if you are an Indian citizen, and wherever you are going, if that place is within the Indian territory. Okay, fine. Fourthly, the use of wells, tanks, bathing ghats, roads, and places of the public resort maintained wholly or partly out of the state funds or dedicated to the use of general public. So, if you are an Indian citizen, you can bath in any of the seashores. किसी भी समुद्र किनारे जाओ, नहा लो, कोई कुछ नहीं बोलेगा. किसी भी नदी किनारे जाओ, कोई कुछ नहीं बोलेगा. किसी भी घाट पे जाओ, ठीक है. Irrespective of your caste, religion, like अगर तुम मुसलमान और कहीं किसी घाट में जाके नहा रहे हो, बनारस में जाके नहा रहे हो, कोई आके तुमको बोल नहीं सकता that you are a Muslim. Why have you come here to take the bath of the holy Ganga Maiya? Got it? Yeah. What is the third thing? Article 16, equality of opportunity in matters of public employment. So you see, no matter if you are a Khan or if you are a Rajput or if you are a Soikia or if you are a Torun Ramphukon or if you are a Burman or if you are an Agarwal or whatever you are, if you are eligible to work, if you are eligible to get employed, then the state or the government shall have to provide you employment at any given cost. There shall be any equality of opportunity for all the citizens and matters relating to the employment of. Ki baba, I'm serious. तुम जाओ हम काम करते सी. There shall be equality of opportunity for all the citizens and matters of relating to the employment or appointment to any office under the state. This is the thing which I just explained. Second thing, like based on your, like, nobody can say you that no, that you are a girl, I won't give you employment, you are a boy, you are a transgender, nobody can say you that. Like based on your caste, creed and religion, race, like you cannot just get discriminated and nobody can deny you employment if you are eligible enough. But you see, the country is lacking employment and there are far more reasons behind it, which I will tell you later. Thirdly, nothing in the article shall prevent Parliament from making any law prescribing in regard to the class or classes of employment or appointment of an office under the government or any local or any other authority within the state or union territory any requirement as to residence within the state or union territory prior to such employment or appointment. So the government cannot make any such laws that you or a particular group of people or community has done this crime or they are subjected to this kind of threats. So these people or any one of them, if comes out to be eligible to get a job, they won't provide a job. This thing can't happen. Understand? So if you're eligible enough and if there are no criminal cases against you, you are subjugated to get a job. That's it. Nothing in the article shall prevent the state from making any provision for the reservation of appointments or posts in favor of any backward class of citizens in which, in the opinion of the state, is not adequately represented in the services under the state. So you see, the state, when I say state here means the country, nation, okay, not the region. So the state or the government cannot impose any law or any opinion that just in the point number 3, which I said that this group of people or from people from this particular community or will get any kind of reservation or any kind of special treatment. All are the same. Reservation is a chapter which comes in the next page. I'll explain it to you properly. But here the thing is, the government cannot do this by their own. If I am the government, like if I am the prime minister, अगर मैं किसी को भी चाहूँ, like he is my friend or I love this person, so किसी को भी चाहूँ उसको मैं नौकरी नहीं दे सकता. Okay, yeah. Now let's see what Article 17 tells us. All these articles are been mentioned in the Constitution of India. Understand? If you take arts as a subject in the near future, like I suggest to take arts, then you will be elaborated all these points segregated like in the chronological order. So isko padhna अच्छे से and become a good and responsible citizen of the nation. Let's see what Article 17 says us. Abolition of untouchability. Untouchability, छुआछूत. Abolition means बंद कर देना, to remove, to stop, or abolition is a word which comes whenever any injustice is being prevalent in the society, injustice पहले से चली आ रही है, उस प्रथा को बंद करने को abolition कहते हैं. Okay, so abolition of untouchability. So in Article 17 it has been mentioned that untouchability has been abolished. So कोई भी अगर छुआछूत के वजह से अगर कोई someone is being beaten up और किसी को अगर कोई problem हो रहा है, so he or she can file an FIR in the nearest police station. फर्क नहीं पड़ता इंडिया में. चलो, Article number 18. Abolition of titles. No title not being in a military, not being a military or academic distinction shall be conferred by the state. So if you are not in the military or if you are not, if you are not an academic legend, if you do not get any academic title from the institution, from any institution wherever you teach or wherever you study, apart from that, and if you are not in military, apart from these two things, nobody can give you any kind of title or upadhi. Understand? Title is nothing but upadhi. So वही बात है. So अगर तुम military से हो, then the military will give you a title, so that you can have the title, you can have the tag. If you are, let's say you are a great professor or you are a scientist, and the organization gave you a tag, you can have it. Apart from these two, no other tags or titles are allowed. This has been mentioned in Article 18 of the Constitution. Let's move to the second point. No citizen of India shall accept any title from any foreign state. And when I say foreign state, means foreign country. So तुमने कुछ किया, कुछ आविष्कार लिया, कुछ भी किया. So England or Pakistan or Afghanistan or the USA cannot give you any title. Understood? Thirdly, no person who is not a citizen of India shall, while he holds any office or of profit or trust under the state, accept without the consent of the president any title from any foreign state. So you see, you just cannot accept any title from any kind of foreign state, and no person who is not a citizen of India shall. Like if you are not a citizen of India and শব্দ যায়
সেলো পেপার ছিল না, এই চিকন কাগজের মতো ড্রয়ারে আছে কিনা কোথাও আসছিল।
কিবোর্ড রাখতে